Ready up for Cyber Lunch.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Cyber Lunch, a weekly podcast that deals with the nostalgia reflected and integrated into our everyday lives through growing up in the digital revolution, plus a plethora of tangents and passionate discussions with special guests and our favorite music, movies, video games, and television shows of the past and today. What's up, guys?
What up,
Assad?
To my right, I have...
Jake?
To
Sorry,
my left.
you throwing me off now. We started out before doing Justin first.
Well, we're all over the place.
All right.
So
To my
I'm
left,
Justin.
Justin.
Yes, you're Justin.
Executive producer.
Executive.
We're going to kick it off. Justin, you had somebody say something in the Facebook post
Yes,
you wanted to mention?
we had a listener comment last week after our Halloween spooktacular debut. Eric was wondering why we didn't have certain films on the list. One of them was Halloween, the original. He said the remake too. He also talked about Scream and The Strangers were some of his films.
The Strangers was kind of like B-movie almost.
I can answer all of this for Eric.
Okay.
Oh, no.
The reason, Mr. Eric, that we didn't include those movies was
No,
because
no.
they were because these were our personal favorite Halloween
Yeah,
movies.
I guess.
And all three of those movies suck.
And we
As
did
you
mention...
No, Halloween is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you were gonna say.
What's your tradition? You said
That
Friday
is
the
my
13th and Halloween.
You have to watch Halloween.
Because
See,
I
I
feel
like-
like it's a given.
I like
you know.
Scream much
a
more.
lot of those ones, like Eric said. I mean, Scream that
The original
reinvented
Scream, I
That's
like.
like neo horror kind of. It
I had it
reinvented the
ruined.
genre.
I had it ruined for me because I saw Scary Movie before I saw Scream.
So you kind of
It was
couldn't
just
take Ghostface serious.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, I saw Scream when it
What's
came
up?
out. When it,
Smoke pouring out of it.
Yeah.
when Scream came out in the theater, I saw it. So to me, that was a good ending for a horror movie. It had dual
turns it on its head.
protagonists or whatever. At
And
the
Wes
end.
Craven, rest in peace,
Yeah.
he knew what he was doing. But
Yeah.
no, we appreciate the comments. Thank you, Eric, for
But
letting
the
us
original
know what you
Halloween's
think.
garbage.
But
I don't like the
yeah, a
original
lot of
Halloween.
those. There's some ones that we didn't mention just because it's canon and it's just kind of like Elm Street. I mean, oh no, I'm sorry, I did mention Elm Street. Friday the 13th. I mean,
And we didn't touch on Hellraiser either because I felt
hell,
like
I love Hellraiser. It's
Pumpkinhead, Hellraiser,
Pumpkinhead
Candyman,
was on my
Yes.
short list.
Child's Play. Oh, there's so many of those movies. That was like a generation.
it
of
was a
movies.
hard. It was
We
a
could
hard
spend
choice.
2
was.
hours just yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
it's there's so many different ones,
we
but those
can't
were
get 'em all.
the reason we didn't say it is because they were our personal.
Plus, I'm trying to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Show maybe movies
yeah,
people haven't kind of.
what he's saying is
or
be more
ones that-
original, Eric. That's what he's saying.
We all know
No.
him personally,
Yeah, we
so we
know
can give
Eric
him that.
personally. So
Eric, go pack.
whatever.
All right.
Don't even
Well,
say
Yeah,
that.
moving on. Thank you again for the comments.
Yeah.
yes, we really appreciate your feedback.
Bring them in on our email, cyberlunch1
at Outlook.
outlook.com.
Yep, killing it.
Facebook.
Killing the game.
Facebook, you can find us on Cyberlunch.
Check us out on YouTube. Like it, please.
Likes, comments, shares.
Well, we're gonna jump right in. We unfortunately ran out of time last week for our best soundtracks / scores from our favorite movies, and plus we also wanted to touch on some of our favorite movies of all time. Jake, you want to start out? One of your favorite? I don't know if we should do like top 2 or just say like these are just
Movies or soundtrack?
soundtracks.
Soundtrack. I got 2.
Okay.
So the very first song, I'm trying to think outside the box too, and this reminds me of being a high schooler in the 90s.
Old.
The Crow.
No. Okay. No. Are you talking about like the soundtrack, like the music in it, or like the score? Like, what are we talking about as far as?
The
Well, I
the
mean,
movie
every
soundtrack.
soundtrack's different. Some
Yeah.
combine the
Yeah.
score with.
I think on the soundtrack of The Crow, they didn't actually have any of the instrumental stuff. They only had the bands.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
they
just-
had that the Cure song, "Burn," right away
Well,
in
yeah,
the beginning, and
I
that
would
was kind of
consider that a
instrumental
score,
leading into
yeah.
it. But the only reason I'm saying this because I was a 90s. I mean, I was the most time I inhaled my mass media was in the 90s.
Yep.
So
Agreed.
I'm a 90s kid, kind of. I consider myself, even though I'm way older than that.
Dude,
but
when we listened to that while we were doing
was
the
great.
homework, it was good.
it was like the first 10 songs. We were like, oh,
Yeah.
that's Pantera. That's Rage Against the Machine.
It's
that's
pretty.
The Cure.
It's pretty heavy. Yeah, I
You're-
still
I'm-
think "Burn" by the Cures.
I'm just going to go down the list of the artists that
go
are
for
on
it.
this. it was released on March 29th in 1994. So I'm in 11th grade, dating myself.
I was 9.
Atlantic.
Daryl was what? 4?
1994. I was 6.
Oh, good. So we got The Cure, Machines of Loving Grace, Stone Temple Pilots, Big Empty was on there, 9 Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Violent Femmes, Rollins Band, Helmet, Pantera, For the Love Lot, Not Lisa, My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, The Jesus and Mary Chain. I mean,
There's some pretty good metal and
great
rock bands on there.
Yes,
Grunge.
grungy, yeah, like the new rock that was coming out at that time and everything else. And that movie puts me in that period of my life, and I remember that soundtrack. I remember watching the movie over and over and over. I mean, it's a great movie.
Did you owned it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When you think of listening it, where do you picture yourself listening to that back
And
in the day?
my grandma and grandpa gave me their Ford LTD. It was a blue Ford LTD with blue interior, and I got some crappy Sony CD player installed at Best Buy. And this was like
Back when they charge you an arm and a leg and a head for it.
$120, and it was some crappy ass thing. But I remember listening to that and Rob Zombie or White Zombie's second album over and over and over in that car. That's just where it brings me back to. And then
You must have
watching
killed those speakers, man.
Oh yeah, there were some Pioneer 6x9 crap that I just kind of half-ass installed in my car, but it did the trick. And then watching the movie in the basement at my dad's house with my old ass Bose headphones on, and the old receiver going through the stereo
Such
sound.
a good movie too.
Yeah.
It's so tragic and so just
Yeah,
brutal.
Brandon Lee died on the
Oh,
set.
and then there's that too.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
crazy, man.
Got shot
I can't
by
believe
a blank. A blank had one of the guns with the blanks, and it had a chunk of something in there, and it killed him because it was a close.
Wasn't it
shot
one of
or
the other
something.
extra or one of the other actors?
Yeah,
or a
but
stuntman,
well,
maybe, if
it was a
he's
stunt something. I can't remember.
But he does his own
specifically.
stunts
Yeah.
because he's a Lee.
But whoever was holding a gun to his head, they shot the blank, and something was in the barrel of that.
Yeah, he
that
didn't live for
prop
long
gun
after
and
that.
Killed
That
him.
was pretty much.
Yeah, killed him on site
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, whole
It's
conspiracy
sad.
about the whole Lee family. Look into it someday.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's my. Do I do both of them right away?
Mine as well. I mean,
The number one soundtrack, in my opinion, of my life, Star Wars,
I think most of our lives at that.
1977.
John Williams, right?
John Williams. It was recorded by in Anvil Studios in Durham, England, by
Oh,
the
wow.
London Symphony. The London
Symphony.
Symphony.
Philharmonic.
No, it wasn't the Philharmonic. London Symphony.
The orchestra, I'm sure.
Orchestra.
John Williams conducted this himself.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. It was also in 2005, the American Film Institute named it the most memorable theme of all film. And in 2004, it was preserved in the Library of Congress, calling it culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. And I agree with all of that. You can go down the list of the tracks on here, and like Cantina Band, Return Home, Imperial Attack. You just hear those themes,
march.
and
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see that part in the movie. And it's ingrained in everybody, I think. Yep,
That's a good one.
that's pretty good.
That's
Wow.
the best.
It-
Star Wars
it's just
song there
it's
is.
ingrained in everybody's brain. You hear that, it brings you to that. You can see it in the movie, and throughout my life, it was recorded the year I was born.
So you're more of a Star Wars guy than a Trekkie.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a huge Trekkie too because we used to watch that show during dinner. It was one of the only TV shows we could watch.
The
But
original 1960s.
Star Wars, you can't get any better than that. We're not going to talk about the
I
remake
agree.
Abominations or anything like that, but the original trilogy,
Jar Jar's the Sith Lord.
he's something.
Yeah. At least you got Darth Maul and that song.
Marth Dahl.
Dun, 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 dun. Yep.
That part where Qui-Gon goes down to meditate, waiting for it, and he's just pacing back and forth. Oh,
But see, even
man.
that theme,
that was like the
Maul.
best.
that John Williams score like that brings you to that scene.
Well, and he
Like,
did.
it's just
He did
instant.
New Hope, and it was wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure this new one will have an equally good score, but
dude.
nothing will topple the original.
that
just
first
because-
trailer for not New Hope, was it New Hope? Is that what it's called?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you talking about the new
The new
episode
new.
8?
No, 7.
Oh, Force Awakens.
Yeah,
Force Awakens.
seeing
I'm
that
sorry.
trailer, literally, I've never it brought tears to my eyes because it was like,
Well,
You
you
never thought it would
was gonna
exactly.
Whoa, Daryl.
Sorry.
but that music
of my
brings
head.
you there. That's
out
what I'm
of
saying.
my
You can
head.
just hear that, and it brings that back, that emotion of that So in my opinion, that is the greatest soundtrack of all time. Yep. And the Imperial March, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
stuff.
There's no argument in my opinion, but that's just me.
When we were setting up today, I had Galactic Empire on, and they take all the Star Wars music and turn it instrumental metal.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It is pretty epic.
Yeah,
like
it's
all
like
the
that old
solos and
classic,
everything.
like
Yeah,
kind of just.
they have a video on
orchestral
YouTube
metal.
where I think everybody's dressed like an Imperial soldier or Boba Fett, or I think there was a stormtrooper on there too. Like each member in the band, they're all in costume. It's pretty fun. I don't know.
I do have to just give one shout out because I did do the research for this until I changed my mind. I'm just going to give a quick shout out to the Spawn soundtrack, 1997.
Really?
I wanted
Yeah,
to
he
was
was on the fence with this. I forgot.
I was
about
really
that.
on the fence because I want you to hear these.
I
mashups.
thought you'd pick The Matrix.
That's a good.
There's like 3 good songs in there, in my opinion, and I love that movie. That's one of my top
Wake Up
movies
by
of all
Rage
time.
is the best album on or song on that album.
When he flies
Dragula.
out of the yeah.
Dragula
Yeah, I mean,
remixes on there.
But those are songs we've heard. I'm talking
Yeah.
about original scores.
True.
Anyway.
Okay.
So I got to quick do this. Spawn, 1997. I want you to hear this, Daryl, especially the mashups. Crystal Method featuring Filter.
Oh wow.
Marilyn Manson featuring Sneaker Pimps. Orbital's on here. Korn featuring the Dust Brothers. Butthole Surfers featuring Moby.
That's weird.
Metallica featuring DJ Spooky. Stabbing Westward. Prodigy featuring Tom Morello.
Yes.
Silverchair, Henry Rollins, Incubus, Slayer featuring Atari Teenage Riot, Soul Coughing. It goes
Soul
on and
Coughing
on.
was on there?
Yeah, they were the very last song. And it was weird, just like the movie was.
The
Better
clown,
album than the movie.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah,
was-
that was a clown. He was a great
John.
Is it?
John.
Yeah, John Leguizamo.
What
was
did
a
I
great
say?
clown.
Sean.
I said John.
Oh, I thought you said Sean. I'm
I
sorry.
said Feige.
Feige. Fucking Feige. He was a great clown. That was the best part of that movie, I think, was him as a clown.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie is garbage.
The Violator.
And it sucks because I was with Spawn from issue 0 in the comics when that first came out. I remember grabbing that comic book and on Johnson Street over by my grandma's house by Waite Park in Minnesota. I'll never forget that. I saw issue number 0. Wish I still had it too, but I don't. Anyway, Daryl, your soundtracks.
It was a really tough choice. I mean,
Aren't they all?
you want me to run down all of them just right now? Let's see here. Well, the first one I want to say is the newer adaptation of Tron with Daft
Tron
Punk.
Legacy?
That was almost
Tron
there too.
Legacy. I mean,
Daft Punk killed that, man.
they
produced the
absolutely
hell out
killed
of
it, and
that.
I love that they were in it. That came out December 3rd, 2010. They composed everything, and then they had the remix versions.
2010 already?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I've known you guys for way too long.
How are you still alive?
I still, yeah, no kidding. I remember when you guys, when Daryl, I think you were the first one, and then Angel, one of our buddies, Angel, got me to listen to it. And I
well, they
listened
released
to
that album like 2 months before the movie,
early,
right?
So
So we had known it by
knew that.
heart.
Yeah, you knew it backwards and forwards, and
Well,
then
it
you
came
went,
out on my birthday, so
you-
I was super stoked.
You went and saw the movie, and it came in, and it just was perfect. I had a smile on my face.
Grid.
Yeah,
A digital frontier.
yeah.
I mean, that's in that album.
Jeff
and that
Bridges.
Movie,
Epic.
it's like
I
you,
love
Daryl.
that they had him back.
And see, I remember the first Tron.
Oh,
My
yeah.
mom
Oh, I know.
showed me the first Tron.
Well, that too.
And
I
that
love.
movie-
I love that movie as
They're
well.
pretty fun.
The new movie killed it, and so did the soundtrack. It was perfect.
I think so too.
That was almost on my list, but
Yeah, there's some good tracks. End of the Line, I remember, was one of my favorites. from
Derez.
all of them are good.
Derez, yeah.
Derez, yeah.
Yes.
That was my favorite one.
that. The Grid was good. The end credits was
Arena.
good. Yep.
Oh my gosh, all these.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very heavily synth, electronic
Very
music.
electronic.
Well, it's Daft Punk. I mean, that's what it is.
I mean, if it fits the premise of the
Electronic,
story, a guy
yeah.
gets sucked into a digital world where he's trying to find his dad, pretty much. I think
Yeah,
that's
it's all pretty 8-bit,
So
16-bit
good.
based, kind of.
So good.
well, that's Disney. Disney
Yeah,
for you.
Yeah.
True.
The next one, it was kind of a hard pick, but it's another soundtrack, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it really matched the movie well.
Oh, yeah.
Hooked
great
on a
classic
Feeling,
music.
Go All the Way, Spirit in the Sky, like classic, good, like feel good tunes.
It's a great like
Volume
classic
2
rock
was right there,
compilation.
too.
Volume
yeah.
2 was right there.
I had my favorite
ELO.
favorite ELO song ever.
Which
Mr.
one's that?
Mr. Blue Sky.
Mr. Blue Sky, man. It was
Oh.
fucking great.
I'm
I
more of a
started
living
singing it.
thing man
Well,
myself.
all of it. ELO is one of my
ELO 's
favorite
bomb.
old bands. You
Yeah.
know?
Let's talk about ELO for an hour.
Yeah, no kidding. Right?
Ozzy Osbourne was in that band, right?
I believe so.
yeah, and Jeff Beck, too.
Really?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Dave Grohl
cool.
probably was. He's been in everything.
Yeah, he probably produced it.
Will Ferrell took over the drums for Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
Yep. I have one more that I talked about last week, but Blade Runner 2049, its score and soundtrack moved me.
I think
and
I'm
I
gonna have
haven't
to
been
get
moved
that.
like that by a soundtrack in a long time, where it just fit so well into the palm of that movie's hand.
Yeah,
and
the
catered to it.
The bit that you played for me brought me. I was like Blade Runner. I knew
Yeah.
it right away.
Yeah,
So,
it really carried that feeling that like
It
the
was
first
like-
one had. It had emotion to it.
like a beautiful dystopia.
yeah, it has that grimy metallic
It's sad.
sound to it too.
It's lonely too. It's
Yeah.
got so much emotion behind it.
Exactly. And one, we already touched on that plenty last week, but one other thing I just want to throw in there: Indiana Jones. I mean,
Except for the last movie.
yeah, no, I'm talking about like the original score as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You hear that and it brings you right. That's George Lucas again there too. Wasn't that John Williams too?
I'm pretty
Which
sure it
one is
was
that? I'm
Indiana
sorry.
Jones.
Probably.
Or was it Hans Zimmer?
It was probably Hans Zimmer.
Actually, I think it was Hans Zimmer. I'll look.
We got our stuff together here at Cyber Lunch.
It's okay. We're off the cuff here, man.
I love those movies. I'd have to say The Last Crusade is my favorite with Sean Connery, even though it's probably the worst of the
Junior?
three. Junior.
Don't call me that. I love those movies.
Jehovah
It is John Williams.
an I.
Yeah, John Williams?
Yes.
Okay.
Another legendarily iconic soundtrack.
Yeah, of course. All of those movies were good until that new stuff with Shia
Well,
LaDouche.
duh.
Oh, the Crystal Castle
Crystal
or
I don't
Crystal
even think I
Skull.
saw that
yeah,
one.
I
Is
saw
that
it
the
in
one where
theaters.
Shia LaBeouf is swinging with all the monkeys and
Yeah.
then they go to
Yes.
the alien spaceship. and
Yes.
John Williams even scored that one.
Yep. He's a genius, man.
Rich.
Another one that I had to give a shout out to is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Very awesome. Richard Dreyfuss is a boss,
I think
and I
I
heard
have
he's a
that
really
too.
nice guy too in the industry. I don't know. They had some interview with him on NPR the other week, so
Did they say Kevin Spacey was a really nice guy at some point too?
Good thing I'm not caught up in House of Cards.
Justin, soundtracks. Let's go. Hit me with it, buddy.
Since we're doing scores,
Wow.
my score
I'm wowed.
is
Show
wow,
me.
crazy. Look at this. It's another John Williams score. 1993's. No.
And we
yeah,
didn't talk to
93.
anybody about this.
John Williams' Jurassic Park,
It's up there in my
Yeah.
favorite movies too.
released by MCA. I mean, yeah, you want to say there's Star Wars is pivotal and
Yeah.
culturally pleasing. Or,
It's John Williams, man. He knows what he's doing.
It's yeah, he
I want a hybrid
everybody
film
knows
made.
Jurassic Park.
I
I
wanna
played it
hire-
at my wedding and everybody's like, "Oh, dude, I remember hearing Jurassic Park during the dinner. You played that, didn't you?" It's like, yeah, everybody knows that,
That's great.
and it's been parodied and used in.
What if you did half Star Wars, half Jurassic Park?
mix it?
Yeah,
I want it by Friday.
thank you.
Jurassic Park was just the stuff he cut from like episode 4 or something back in the day.
Yeah, he's just like, "Oh, this old stuff."
Sounds
Alright.
good for a dinosaur.
Yeah, just change the B to a C and
The
George
open-
Lucas is like, I see 15 dinosaurs over here and some crazy animal that I'm going to sketch later over here. And we'll just play this
The beginning
music
of that
over the
movie
top
was
of it.
so intense.
Dude, that movie was
that
awesome.
raptor thing. Oh, that frightened
Yeah.
me as a kid.
That
The
movie.
noises that thing made. Yeah, thank you.
Would you quit with that?
Yeah, you did that the other couple weeks ago.
Get it quieter. Oh no, I clipped.
I saw that movie in the theater 12 times.
I saw that movie.
How
in theater
do you
too,
remember
like
that?
Because it's the most I've ever seen in a theater, and I kept going with different friends. Because my buddy saw it first, and then he brought me to it and watched me watch this movie, like the wonder, because he'd never seen anything like that.
Dude,
and then
it's
I'd bring
still-
other
that-
friends to watch them go through that, and it was still one of the most epic, like visually impressive movies I've ever seen. I
That's
was just
almost
like
a
jaw-dropping.
25-year-old movie, and you really can't change that CG. Well, like we were talking about in the Halloween movie or episode, a lot of it's practical effects, man. They
Yeah.
used the real dinosaur head and sprayed water over it, and I mean,
The
you can't date
Triceratops
that.
is all
it looks
robotic, yeah.
amazing and real because it pretty much is.
Yep.
But
Pretty much.
That's what killed the Alien franchise, in my opinion, was special effects.
Yeah.
And they keep that practical effect.
Yeah.
everybody knows the difference,
Yeah.
no matter how good it is.
Yeah. Even if it looks shitty, it's still a weird shape coming at you in the dark.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
I have to agree. Well, they got to move with the sign of the times. They're trying to sell that 3D in movie theaters.
Whatever.
So,
They do that every about 5
You all know
years.
I
You
don't
gotta
like
get rid of
watching
this.
did you guys like Jurassic World? I thought it was
It was
good.
okay. It was a little family.
It was kind of
reboot,
brutal.
but
Yeah, it was super brutal.
dude, they all are. I remember. Okay, that came out in '93. That was one of the first movies I remember seeing. So I was like 8.
I like what's her
9.
name, the the
And that
scientist, and
Secretary.
the main lady in that, Bryce Dallas Howard.
oh yeah.
yeah.
And it's so crazy to watch her in that Black Mirror episode where she was.
Oh, that's
way
one of my favorite
heavier.
episodes.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
with like the Facebook likes and the
Yeah.
digital online stat.
Oh,
yeah,
so
that
good.
one was
That's a
frightening.
whole nother subject. What's your other soundtrack?
Yeah.
My actual soundtrack is This Is Spinal Tap, coming out in 1984, written by Robert Reiner, the producer,
Brilliant.
and all the members of Spinal Tap: Christopher Guest, Harry Shearer, and Michael McKean. They all wrote, directed, produced, performed,
Played the instruments for it.
and it's like, I mean, for 1984, it's like good rock metal.
It's like a shitty
Ted, I'm
Kiss
Gonna Rock
album.
You is like, yeah, that sounds like a Kiss song.
It's exactly what
Sex
they wanted
Farm
it to
sounds
sound.
like
Yeah.
Warrant.
What's their
Break
old,
Like the Wind.
What's their old
Yep.
50s songs? Give me money. I need
Yeah,
money.
yeah. And Flower People sounds like no Beatles. It's, I mean, it's all the joke, and they put all this time and money into
Yep.
it, and it's
perfect.
great.
We listened to it last night.
too,
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
and it was hilarious.
That was amazing.
I love the movie so much.
It is a good movie. We'll have to talk about that
Oh
one
my
time too.
gosh.
That's a great
talk
pick, man.
documentaries and mockumentaries. or
Such a
something.
great pick.
Well, yeah, and then they went on to do Best in Show as well
Best
later
in
on.
Show is Christopher Guest, probably second
That was
best
just
movie.
ridiculous.
That's pretty good.
Who's the dad in American Pie that was in that movie?
Oh, Eugene Levy, man.
yeah, I haven't seen him around in a long time. He went off the grid.
He's
looks
old
the
as hell,
same.
man. He's probably like 80 years old.
He's probably doing TV.
He's probably
or
made his
something.
money.
He's
I
on, like a
don't know.
TBS miniseries or something.
He pops up all the time in like comedies. He'll be like a
Really?
big part in a comedy somewhere.
He doesn't need much money. And then lastly, I'd like to give another soundtrack shout out to anything compiled by Quentin Tarantino.
True.
Anytime throughout his career,
True.
specifically Pulp Fiction.
Django. Django's great too, man.
Yeah,
Django,
whether it's
Kill
Pulp
Bill.
anything by Tarantino.
I remember.
He knows
usually
what
pretty
he,
good.
he's got the all-around package.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Without
man.
saying too much, that's shout out.
Pulp Fiction, that's so good. Yeah,
That's a great. That's on like top albums of all time. I found that on a lot of lists, and I was like, ooh, that's a good one.
yeah, it's good stuff, man. I agree. I don't think I disagree with any of the picks.
No, they're all really
What
good.
about you, Eric? Just kidding.
We're gonna move right along to some of our favorite movies of all time. I mean, this is our third podcast, by the way.
That number 3 episode.
Number 3, yeah, and we're just kind of trying to get to know you guys. You're trying to get to know us, and we thought it'd be fun to do a favorite movies of all time. And I'd like to start with Jake.
No, make Justin do it this time. I just
Justin.
like
Making
that.
Justin do it.
I like to throw a.
Well, since we're
Curveball.
talking about Jurassic Park, I'll just say that that's obviously on my list.
Well, yeah,
That was one of the first movies I
was
remember
given.
seeing. Like I said, I loved dinosaurs as a kid. Dude, if you're a human being, you think dinosaurs are awesome. If you
Girls-
believe in dinosaurs,
Girls can like dinosaurs too, Jeff.
that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, but
everyone loves dinosaurs.
everybody loves dinosaurs.
I used to draw them as a kid all the time.
I
If
had
you're-
so many dinosaur toys.
What kind of dinosaur would you be?
Would I personally be?
Yeah.
Or would I want to be?
Both.
I'd probably
Whoa.
be something like squatty, like a triceratops. Well, I wouldn't even be as deadly. I'd be that little thing with like the club on its leg and like the armor on its back.
Oh yeah,
like
like
a-
Spike from Land Before Time.
Yeah, it'd be
Spike.
something- I wouldn't be anything
Some
big.
dopey, lumbering.
What I want to be is I've always wanted to be a
Stegosaurus.
T-Rex, obviously.
Pterodactyl for me.
Dang it!
Yeah, it's just.
High five. We can soar together,
I want
buddy.
to cruise over the ocean like that with my leathery
Nothing can
wings
really get
flapping.
you.
And
No.
stuff, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't be messed with, really. And they can fuck some shit up on the ground, too. They can come down and kill some stuff. Stick a beak through something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was actually a freaky part in Jurassic Park 3.
That's the only freaky part.
I know,
was
but
the aviary.
it just that scene alone reminded me so much of Resident Evil.
That was my
like
favorite
Dino
part of that
Crisis,
moment. Yeah.
Resident
Yes.
Evil.
Dino-
Dino Crisis. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. Give me another high five.
Yeah.
For
Dude,
Dino
those
Crisis,
I played
man.
all of those, man.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Dino Crisis
Yeah.
were sweet.
It was dinosaurs with Resident Evil.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it was
Dino
awesome.
Evil.
Was that Capcom game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
It was the same studio, I think. They were all part of that. But yeah.
I thought that was so gory when I first played it on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, I rented this, and normally I was pretty sheltered as a child, so I would have to rent like T-rated games. Somehow I got that through.
It was a mature rated Jurassic Park game.
pretty much
It's dinosaurs.
with
what do you
raptors,
expect?
limited ammo, tank controls,
Yep.
the whole gamut.
What's another movie you got there?
My second movie, another one formative from being a kid, is Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I love
The
that as a
original
kid.
Ghostbusters?
Dude, I even like 2. People rag
Yeah.
on 2.
No, I
but-
like 2.
Dude, Vigo's creepy, man. And
I remember being scared by that librarian ghost in the very first
coming
one.
in and
Because I saw that when it came out. Like I remember watching on like it was probably HBO or something back in the day when my dad had cable, and that librarian came out and screamed like her whole face peeled back. Yeah, that messed me up for a little bit, but it was great.
those,
Ghostbusters.
Practical effects.
Yeah,
the devil dogs. I remember those scaring
yeah.
me too.
Those gatekeepers, wasn't it? Or
Yeah.
no? What's his name?
Zool.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis was the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I'm the keymaster.
I just
Yeah.
love Rick Moranis.
Dude, and the humor, it's still hilarious. Everybody in there's awesome.
Yeah.
Bill
It's a
Murray's obviously good. Dan Aykroyd kills it. Harold Ramis is the best.
I think
couldn't
so
help it.
too.
I thought of the, I thought of the most calm thing I could think of, Mr. Stay Puft. That's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
The
Dude, that was
Stay
like,
Puft
yeah. I
Marshmallow
mean, I
Man.
liked that. I liked the second one. I liked the cartoon as a kid.
Did you get any
I had
into
the-
any of the games? Do you have any?
I
of
had
the
action
games?
figures from it.
Action
I
figures.
had the big firehouse. My mom
Mm-hmm.
got this. is probably my favorite toy as a kid was the big firehouse, and it came with like a tub of like green ooze that you
Yep.
could pour in through the top, and it'd seep all the way down because there's like little grates in the middle of each floor. And
Yep.
favorite
Remember,
toy ever.
they had like cars and different things and tables that would turn into ghosts, but they'd go back to their regular form
Yep,
and stuff. I had
yep,
all that
yep,
stuff,
I
and
remember
they'd
that.
each come with their own like fluorescent ghost with it.
Really?
Yeah, like a little gummy ghost.
Like back in the
kinda-
day, how much did those cost you?
$9.
I don't even know.
$9-10. Did you
Yeah,
get
I
them
went
from?
to I went to Target
Toys
the
R
other
Us?
day and I was looking at like action figures. Like, oh, okay, how much? Dude, they're
Probably
like
doubled. They probably doubled.
16, 19 bucks in that range.
They've probably doubled, so I'd say $10 because I remember buying my
I
aliens
feel like yeah,
figures.
8-10 bucks.
I had like the alien stuff from Walgreens that I was telling you earlier. I think they were around $10, but that was a lot back then, man. Now,
Well, yeah,
you know,
that's
I'd
early
roll
Well, with
like,
inflation,
90s.
it's about what it would cost.
yeah, $20
you know?
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were great.
For
Great toys
plastic.
too. But Ghostbusters and cartoon too. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, the real Ghostbusters cartoon
Number 3,
with
Justin.
Alonzo. What's that dude? The dude who did Garfield's voice. Alonzo
Whoa.
Bell. I can't remember what his name is.
That's all right.
He did the cartoon Garfield voice, and then he did
Oh.
Peter Venkman in the Ghostbusters cartoon. too.
Feige.
And my
I
last
know his
one.
name, yeah.
Your last one.
My last movie's The Sandlot.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the baseball
Oh my
movie.
gosh.
That's another one I watched so much as a kid. Great soundtrack, great like
Everything.
tequila. It's good
It
music.
kind of what got me into baseball.
It's a
I wish I had a
you
group
can't
of friends
pass
like
a summer
that.
without watching The Sandlot. I know it makes you want to be a kid.
I know.
It's a great movie.
Not paying bills.
and everybody likes it. I still see like
Lorenzo Music.
Lorenzo
Sorry.
Music.
That's
yeah,
his
yeah,
last name? Music?
Yeah.
Wow.
Spelled it that way too.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sandlot. Yeah, that was great. The dog. The way they had
The Beast.
Yeah, the Beast. That was great with all the slobber.
James Earl
everywhere.
Jones. He ends up being blind. Super awesome. Gives him a Babe Ruth ball.
Yeah.
It's a really good coming of age movie. And yeah, like I was saying, I mean, you still people wear like "You Kill Me" small shirts, and
Yep.
people still watch it. Kids are watching it nowadays. It's always on TV.
Do you think Field of Dreams is in the same universe?
No.
Because James Earl Jones with Kevin Costner. He's
So-
into baseball.
As one of my oldest friends, Mark, would know, I have a secret. I've never actually seen Field of Dreams.
Wow. That's okay. You're not missing much.
A
Everybody-
lot of people get
Yeah,
angry
but
when
they
I say that.
yeah,
though.
but they just talk about it, and it's like, oh, the feeling in but it's.
Well, look at all the movies I have and what I've
Yeah,
seen, and
I mean, it's worth seeing. Have you seen Tin Cup?
Yes.
no,
I
Okay,
saw
well then-
I saw that.
I'm not a big Kevin Costner fan, so I guess that's probably why I'm missing.
You
it.
didn't like The Postman?
Never
That
seen
was
it.
horrible.
You hated it?
Yeah, Waterworld was awesome though. I
Never
don't care
seen
what
it.
anybody says.
Yeah.
You've never seen Waterworld?
No,
Oh,
wow.
my
I just remember
God.
seeing
Wow.
him drink his pee.
Yeah.
That's about
Oh
it.
yeah. What's her
Yeah.
name in that movie? Was
I can't remember, man. I
Smoking
remember
too.
being a kid when
Oh, it was a
that
great
came
movie.
out.
Well, that was
everybody
a long
talked
time ago.
so Dennis Hopper.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
Dennis
talked so
Hopper
much-
is the leader of the Smokers.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace.
Oh, that's
He was
great,
Koopa.
man.
He was
Oh,
Koopa,
I can't
too.
that's the role.
I once
got.
saw that in the theater with my grandma.
Not
Texas
Easy
Chainsaw
Rider.
2.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis
Oh,
Hopper.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. He was the sheriff.
Speed.
Speed.
Speed. That's right. Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
That's right.
I remember
It
that.
all comes back.
That's right. All right.
Well,
Jake, go ahead.
you want me to go next?
I think you're up.
My favorite movie of all time, Fight Club.
Chuck Palahniuk.
Feige Club.
No.
Feige Club. Chuck Palahniuk. Yeah.
Based on the book
Chuck Palahniuk.
by Chuck Palahniuk.
Palahniuk.
David Fincher, of course, who's my favorite director.
Yeah, he's pretty metal.
It starred Brad Pitt, of course.
That really creepy
Helen
lady.
Helen Bonham Carter.
And Edward.
Edward Norton.
Okay.
And Meatloaf. Bob.
yeah.
Don't ever forget about Bob.
Yep.
I just love the way that movie
His
was
name
filmed.
is Robert Paulson.
I love the way the movie was written. I love the story. I like the idea it was trying to get across. Just the anarchy, and just like not you're not a number. You're more than you're just a number. You're those flannel pants, and things like that. It was just great, and just abandoning everything else and not caring about anything. At that time of my life, that movie really hit home.
Spoke to you.
Yeah, it really did. And the way it was filmed, and like I said, and acted, and brutal. It was brutal. The best thing in that whole movie is when Jared Leto gets his face kicked in by freaking Edward Norton. I was cheering in the theater when I saw that because I hated him
that's
at the
brutal,
time.
man. That's a
But-
brutal scene.
I just love that movie because it's just grimy and gritty, and it was visionary.
Have you read the book?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And it was it was the only way they could have put that on film. That
Yeah.
book, because I mean, the book is
It's
like
one
an
of those
acid
like
trip.
unfilmable books, kind of
Yeah, it's
like
just
Watchmen. It's like, good luck.
yeah.
You know?
Well, it's all about ideas and
Yeah.
and people's thoughts and emotions, and everything else. And
I'm
multiple
surprised IKEA
personalities.
allowed it.
Yeah. How embarrassing. An empty fridge with only condiments or whatever. That was so great. It's just a great movie. It spoke to me. But that's my pick for number one movie.
Okay.
That's my favorite movie. Of all
Run down the line. Next one.
Empire Strikes Back,
Oh, classic.
1980.
Classic. Yep.
This was in my wheelhouse. I remember going to the theater to see this in like probably 81. It was still in the theater. I was 5 or 6.
See, I saw them when they were remastered
Okay.
and whatever.
That was like
in the
that.
theaters.
15 years later.
Yeah.
VHS.
Well, I had them on VHS and
Yeah.
THX, was it, or something like that?
And it had Vader on the cover of Empire Strikes Back. It had
Yes.
Yoda on the cover of
Yes.
New Hope.
Yes.
and- yeah.
No. Vader was on A New Hope.
No,
Yoda
Vader
was
on Empire.
Empire was Vader.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So who was on New Hope?
It was either Luke or
No.
No, it was Vader. Then Yoda was on Empire. No, Yoda was on Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
Okay. A stormtrooper was on.
you might be right.
Can't remember.
I just remember getting the Walker for Christmas. Like that's how I was into Star Wars back in the day.
Like a actual walker.
Yeah, the ATST.
Oh no, I thought you
Snow
meant like
walker.
a help walking.
Not yet, dear. But that was.
Terrible. I apologize.
I love that movie. I always will. I don't think anybody can argue how great that movie is. My number 3 is the movie I've seen the most.
Well, hang on a second.
What's that?
Just one thing. I think out of Star Wars, it has some of the most iconic scenes. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah,
It was also directed by Irvin Kishner instead of Spielberg.
yes. Yeah.
So it was a different visual style.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
I
it's
really
okay.
apologize.
It was-
Go ahead with your
I
next
forgot,
one.
No, I forgot to throw that in. Kirshner and Kasdan
Oh,
did that
yeah.
instead of Spielberg.
Okay.
So it was a different visionary style, and it was darker. It was
It
way
was.
darker. But yeah. So anyway, it kind of goes without saying it's a great movie. It's my second favorite. My third favorite is the movie I've seen the most in my life.
Yes.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
1991.
Oh, I thought you had the first one down.
Nope. Terminator 2. That was
Another
the one.
good score.
I've seen that
Another
probably
great
6
score.
or 7 times in the theater, and I wore out 2 VHS tapes that I had.
How do you wear them out? You just watch
Them over and over and over and over. And then I still own it today, and I think it still holds up today. It's one of the better sci-fi movies I've ever seen in my life. So that's my number 3. And I
Do you
just went
think
with 3.
Facebook is turning into Skynet?
No, I feel like Google is turning into Skynet.
Have you
I
ever
think
seen
they're a
like
conglomerate.
those meme bots where they just take like a meme template and put random like pictures in there with some
Yep.
and like
The rates
It's-
of shit that would come out of that. Did you see some of that stuff? I remember seeing that.
well it's crazy that like the one like how good they make them now. It's like
Well,
this
some
is
of them
a
are good.
robot making them and it's like wow that's actually
At first, there was a bunch of stuff that came out though that it would put random words and pictures together, and it came out like extremely racist. I remember watching that. On,
well that's because that's what's always on the internet.
well, I know, but that it's just a amalgam of computer thoughts put together.
It's crazy.
But yeah, it's weird nowadays. But I think Google or Apple or something like that will be the Skynet. I don't think Facebook is. Facebook just has all our information. You don't have to worry about that.
Google will be.
Daryl, number 1 movie.
Yeah, sorry for that dead air. We were having.
No, he was making hand signals. This is okay.
I was hand gesturing. Mine has to be Sylvester Stallone and Rocky, the original.
That's a good one, man. I love that movie. It's a feel good.
I've watched that movie. Same thing with Jake. I wore VHS tapes out for sure on that. I remember buying the. Whoa, that was kind of scary. I remember buying the 5-pack or whatever when it finally came out on VHS, where it showed like the American flag across it.
Yep, I remember that set.
I have to say Rocky 1 is my all-time favorite, but all the movies are great. I mean, once you start getting to 5 now, I wasn't really digging it.
Which one was with Tommy?
Tommy's
Morrison.
5.
Gunn?
Was
Tommy
that
Gunn.
No, that was 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Because first
1,
you
2,
had-
3, 4 is good.
First was Apollo.
Are you sure he fought? I thought he fought
was
Apollo in the second
first
one.
two,
Was
and
he
then
the
Oh, he's
was
in the
Mr.
first
T,
two.
Yeah.
and then 4 is Dolph Lundgren, and then 5 is
That's
Tommy Gunn.
right.
Yeah,
Mr.
because
T.
Apollo and 4 is.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Yeah, Dolph.
it's a 1976 movie. That's crazy.
I know, right?
And like, say what you will about Sylvester Stallone, but he wrote and directed and
Starred in
produced
it.
and starred all that.
Dude, and if you watch the original, it doesn't feel like a 1976 movie.
no, it's really
It's
good.
Talia
Like, you
Shire.
don't need to like sports movies to like the first Rocky.
Carl
It's
Weathers,
Who was this kid?
Burgess Meredith.
Burgess
Burgess.
Meredith. Yeah,
Burgess
Burgess
Meredith.
Meredith is the coach.
Yeah.
What's his name? Can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, bum rock.
Yeah. You're a bum. You'll never be anything better.
Hey, yo, Mick, what happened to my locker?
Mick. That's who.
Yeah.
Mick.
Yeah, Mick.
Who was this kid, though? It was Ralph Macchio, man. Wasn't it Ralph
Oh,
Macchio?
That was in the 5th one he came along.
With Tommy Morrison.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was trying to get tough because he was getting
Yeah.
bullied or whatever.
He had the earring.
Yeah.
The feather earring.
Yeah.
You might want to take that out. You wouldn't get beat up so much from that.
Ugh.
That's just me. Anyway.
I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I'm
Great
sorry.
pick. It's a great pick.
It
is
is
a good
just
pick.
an all-time classic. I mean, I think one of my favorite scenes, even though it's not fighting, like maybe this is just the hopeless romantic in me, but that scene where Rocky takes Adrian on a date and they're at the ice skating rink, and he's just that whole thing. I'm pretty sure there's, I don't know. I just like that whole dialogue because you can tell he's nervous.
He's
and-
pretty charming.
Yeah.
I know.
And
He's
she's
just like you know what a southpaw is, you know, and blah blah blah.
And
That
she's
leads-
just like so mousy and like
Yeah,
unresponsive.
exactly.
He just keeps trying to sell it.
And
Yeah,
now flash forward to 5 with Morrison when Rocky was bummed about how he's back to square one again, and they're walking down the street and he's just saying to his wife like, I wanted more for you and everything else. You flip that and she's in the lead and he's like the not strong person and he's trying to come back from everything. It was a perfect dynamic and it was great.
that's why it's a good
he was
franchise.
Yeah, it was a
He
great
evolved
franchise.
Rocky kind of.
Absolutely.
I'd say one of the best, which is debatable.
It's I would say it's probably his best.
Real quick, worst Stallone movie ever.
Tango and Cash.
Okay, that's garbage because that's a great movie. What's your pick, Justin?
Probably Cobra.
That's another one of my favorites when I was a kid. Copland.
I've never even
Copland.
seen that.
Oh,
Oh.
eye rolling.
There's a lot of
Really?
90s ones I can think of.
Well,
I
everybody
haven't
hates Judge Dredd, the original.
But that's camp. That's a thing. It's
I
like
know,
Demolition
super
Man. It's the
corny.
same thing.
Super corny.
Number 3.
At number 2, actually.
Oh, okay.
This one you guys have no dialogue on. Hayao Miyazaki's Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see here.
Animated,
Originally,
right?
yeah, it's an animation. Originally came out in 1997. It's hard to actually nail down what genre this movie is because it just deals with so many different topics. But it's basically a fantasy story. This young guy named San, I believe. Hang on one second.
Well, you looked this up. I have
Yeah,
to take
go
that
ahead.
back. Sylvester Stallone's worst movie has to be Driven.
Driven. I don't think I've ever
Is
seen
that the race car one?
Oh, the IndyCar one.
Yeah.
They filmed that in
That one was
Minneapolis, didn't
crap.
they?
I take
like
that
part
back.
of that.
Was it? Where
I
did
thought
we
they
have
did
a
some of the
Formula
IndyCar
One?
stuff here. I remember when they had races downtown Minneapolis for like 2 years. Maybe not though. Maybe it's just making that branch in my mind.
This movie is super complex. I mean,
Princess Mononoke?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a kid's movie, but it's probably one of the most violent Studio Ghibli movies that has come out. I mean, the beginning starts off where there's these forest spirits, and this giant hog gets turned into like a demon, and he's charging the city. Ashitaka, he's the main protagonist, tries to save or protect the city, and when he got touched by this monster, he got infected on his arm, and it's going to take over his whole body. So now he's going to try to find the forest spirit and ask for him to save his life, and in doing so he finds Princess Mononoke, the daughter of the wolves. So there's like one giant wolf that's the mother, then other, I don't know if they want to call them brothers and sisters, and she's like a wolf girl, and there's like this really weird like love story happening there. It's kind of, it reminds me in a way of Jon Snow and Ygritte from Game of Thrones.
So he's super depressed and
He knows nothing.
yeah,
no, just like, I don't know. I don't want to spoil that show either, because
whatever. People, I'm sure. Yeah, you don't.
she is really hard on him and not wanting to be around him.
She's not having it.
Yeah, pretty much. And he's just looking for help. I mean, it's just always been something I can pop on. The animation is unlike anything I've ever seen, especially for its time in 1997.
That was
yeah.
like Akira era, right?
Akira, yeah.
Yeah, that was another good one.
I'm sorry,
That's
not
crazy.
Akira. Akira.
Apparently.
Sorry.
It's not my fault.
My favorite anime, by the way, Ninja Scrolls. That's the
Ninja
best.
Scrolls,
That's the best
brutal.
anime I've ever seen.
My favorite is Cowboy Bebop.
I've heard good things.
Really good.
Somebody brought up the other day. I was listening to the radio, and the guy's like, "I wish Quentin Tarantino would do Cowboy Bebop."
Wow. Whoa,
Right?
my mind just hurt. Like, I
like
have a
that.
migraine now.
Yeah.
I don't really, but that's a crazy idea.
That would be awesome.
Wow.
That's
would
I'm
fit
just trying
into
to
my sci-fi
digest
want.
that right now.
Yeah, that would fit into my sci-fi want for him too.
It would be perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect, because there's just enough satire in his work where it would make it happen, because that show's really funny, even though they're all hitmen just taking, bounties in the galaxy. Who
Princess
knows?
Mononoke won the first Best Picture for an animated film in Japan.
Yeah.
Academy Awards. That's crazy.
Yeah,
And it was nominated here for Best Foreign. I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen many Miyazaki's, but
that's one
I
of his
haven't.
best. I mean,
Do you have it?
oh yeah, I have it on
Bring
Blu-ray.
it over.
I should. I will. And
Bring it over,
I have one
Daryl.
more. We're just gonna touch on this quick because it's kind of an obvious gesture, and then we're gonna take a little break. But my last pick, favorite movies of all time that I've watched over and over and over again, A New Hope.
Yeah.
I mean,
Duh.
that opening scene.
It's like in the same vein as Empire. It's just, I mean, you can't.
I know.
It's
It's hard for us to expound further just from talking about Empire and then talking about the soundtracks, but that's setting the precedent, and everything that came after was nothing but gold and will
It
continue
changed everything
Wait,
sci-fi after that.
Where I think I would personally put Empire over Hope in terms of like the original is like trying to think of like how when I was talking about like waiting for the next one, or like back when Kill Bill came out, like waiting for I can't imagine like seeing Empire Strikes Back in theaters and finding out Luke's dad is Vader and he lost a hand,
And waiting till
and
Return
Han
of the Jedi.
Solo's frozen in carbonite and they're all screwed.
Yep.
And then waiting, it's like,
And I
I mean,
remember
granted,
that.
I love New Hope because that's a great standalone film just by itself. But in terms of the overarch, like that, oh yeah, they're both awesome, man.
It's amazing with the whole thing with Yoda and Empire, and the whole, Luke
Yeah.
was growing up.
Yeah.
And like the whole arc of that whole
Yes,
entire
arc.
trilogy. I don't know if George Lucas had somebody else do that or what happened after that, but the guy struck genius with those 3 movies, and then after
You
that,
started to see it in Return of the Jedi, I feel like.
Yeah.
With
yeah,
the Ewoks
that's
and all the
true.
diff-
That's true.
And you're like, okay,
That's
all
true.
right, okay, it's
Yep.
different.
Yep. Got dup.
Yeah.
But it
The
was but
Ewok
it still
song
had,
at the end.
Yeah.
it still had
It's
Bubba,
great.
it still
Well,
had
it's 'cause
Bubba
of-
Fett dying in it, and it
Yeah.
still had Jabba,
Yeah,
and it still had the
anything-
Rancor
yeah.
and the sand dunes and the speeders and all that stuff. But he
True.
has these little weird, Bib Fortuna.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that his real name was based because he looked over at his kid and he was eating tuna like in his high chair and he had a bib on? Did you know that's a real name for Bib Fortuna? The snakehead looking dude for Jabba's
His right hand man.
yeah, right hand man. Bib Fortuna. When I heard that, it changed my whole
That's George
like,
Lucas.
really?
100%.
it's so weird, but it's perfect though. Bib Fortuna. That's perfect.
Bib Fortuna.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I like where New Hope started out, though. I mean, that was the origin. You had the iconic cantina scene. That's where you met Han Solo. I mean, these aren't the droids you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
My
meet
friend
Obi-Wan.
doesn't like your face.
I don't
Well,
like
tell
it
him I'm
either.
sorry. Well, I don't like it either. That's fucking great, man.
I'm wanted in 7
Yeah.
systems.
And Guido, before Boba Fett even existed, Guido was first. Greedo. Sorry.
Guido.
This isn't
Hey,
Jersey.
how you doing?
Hey.
Hey, I'm gonna shoot you first.
Hey, Han Solo, you shot first, you son of a bitch.
Oh, man. All right, we're going to take a break. Thank you guys for sticking around.
I can't believe that. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Break.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cyber Lunch. We're gonna kick this back off by just jumping into Wolfenstein. The New Colossus 2 came out recently. Jake and I have been playing it. We just wanted to, we thought we'd play the original theme song from Wolfenstein 3D, released in 1992.
Oh, was that 92? I remember playing that on my
So
uncle's
good.
old
I mean, it was
Macintosh.
right there with Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Absolutely.
two.
John Romero, John Carmack, those were the main
I got
programmers.
in trouble
Oh no.
in Baptist school.
ID Software, by the way.
Yeah.
That long ago.
Still, I got in trouble in private school for hacking into the computer library and playing that during our study time.
Did you have a floppy or?
Yeah, it was a floppy disk.
Yep.
And the librarian caught us, and I got suspended.
For having Wolfenstein 3D.
Good.
Yeah.
You deserved it.
Mom, you probably didn't know that's the reason I got suspended back then, but that's the reason it happened.
If you're listening.
But yeah, Wolfenstein New Colossus, I was very low expectations because the first one, or the
And the New Order.
was good.
And then you had the Old Blood. Did you play the Old Blood?
I didn't play the
Old Blood was bomb. It was
was
more
bomb.
extenuation, but it was pretty good.
It was
fun.
awesome, but it was not to this level. This game took it up a notch, and I really wish, Daryl, that you would have finished this by now because
We were in a chat together, and I kept dying on the same part. It's hard, dude. Like
Really, really hard.
I'm like, what is it? Regular mode or whatever it is. It's just like if you're experienced first person shooter
Yeah.
player, play this, and I just kept dying over
Yeah.
and over. And I'm
It's
like, what am I
super-
doing wrong?
super twitchy like Doom. Like they really took that engine and used
They
it.
want you to run around. They want you to do a wield, and they want you to go fast.
Yeah. And
Gotta go fast.
there's no camping and hiding behind things and popping out and shooting stuff. You got to go. There is a cameo in the middle of this game that I wish that you had seen it. And the ending credits, like I told you before, I played a little bit of the ending credits for you.
Yeah,
too.
the
It's
music is
epic.
awesome.
Yeah. It's
awesome.
who's the dude from Doom?
Blazkowicz.
No. That's the character.
The music guy.
The music guy. But yeah, it's a great game, and I
Whoops.
if you like first-person shooters, go for it, man. It's
I mean, we
great game.
redboxed it. But
I beat it. It was just over 8 hours, I think I took, and I didn't find everything. I
now,
just kind of
what's Wolfenstein 2 about? Just like a quick description.
Killing Nazis.
killing
Nazis.
Nazis pretty much. Well, okay, so it's after the first game.
Yep. But this is an alternate world where the Nazis won
Yeah,
and took
okay.
over America.
Okay, so that far, we lost the war basically.
Yeah,
and
World
Nazis
War
have
II.
taken over the United States. It's all their culture and everything else, and it's a underground group of Americans that are trying to take
The
it back.
rebellion.
The
and,
rebellion,
And
yeah.
you're the leader, BJ Blazkowicz.
A bunch of wacky ass characters. It's Bethesda, true and true. It gave me a lot of vibes of BioShock, kind of like the power, like things you could get and the weapons you can get and stuff
Okay.
like that. Very brutal.
Would you say it's one of your best shooters this year? I mean, other than Destiny.
Destiny's the best shooter this year.
Well,
man.
as far as narratively, like a campaign.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Was it
it's
better than
refreshing.
Destiny?
It's refreshing to have an 8 or 9 hour campaign of just you shooting
Yeah.
and doing these missions and stuff. And the characters, they're all great. There's acid trips involved. There's a whole thing.
Weird.
It's great.
Weird.
But it's well worth playing. And Bethesda, man, they're killing it this year. They had
They
like
are.
4 games, right?
Evil
they had
Within.
Evil Within, Wolfenstein.
Yep.
They had what was the other one?
I'm blanking.
Drawing a blank too. There's 3 or 4 that
Well,
they had this
Morrowind, or was that last year?
year. Well, that was a remake.
yeah, that still counts,
of-
though. Oh, Fallout.
Was that this year?
No, that
Fallout
was
4?
last year.
Yeah. That's kind
Yeah.
of disappointing. They had, what was it? I'll look it up.
Okay, well, anyways, we're going to move on for now.
Well, what'd you think?
of what?
A little bit that you played.
I thought it was action-packed. I loved some of the traps that you had at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
The microwave. You microwave people, and they just explode.
Yeah.
Like District 9 style.
Yeah, you turn
If you
on
remember
like
that
these,
gun.
You turn on these conduits and hallways because it's kind of they want you to stealth or go crazy.
Yep.
And then like halfway through the game, you can get these add-ons for your armor that this is not a spoiler, but there's 3 different add-ons. One
You
is
upgrade yourself.
right. There's one for stilts that can get you up to higher. It like extends your legs. It's like Inspector Gadget, so you can reach secret areas that are higher. There's one that constricts your body so you can squeeze through places to get to secret places you couldn't get before. And then there's another one that's just armor that you can ram dudes. So there's 2 different ones that can get you secrets and secret letters and Enigma codes and all these other things from different bosses that you fight.
Some of it, what you just described, kind of reminds me of Prey. Just
It's
like,
very Prey.
yeah.
That was it. Prey.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Yeah, duh.
Oh yeah, duh.
Will do.
Oh no, duh.
So this year for Bethesda, I would say Evil Within first. Wolfenstein was awesome, and then
Yeah.
Prey, I never finished it because I kind of got bored.
Oh, you like Evil Within over Wolfenstein?
Yes,
Wow.
absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
kind of surprising.
Different game though. I'm
Yeah, it is.
more
Apples
of
and
a third person.
oranges.
Yeah, more of a
That
third
game was
person.
such a... I mess with your head a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not as to me. It's still not as good as the first, but they made improvements.
Well,
on
I
the
like
first.
that the second one's not 16:9 like the first one.
See, I love that. And when you beat it, I beat it. When you beat it, you can switch to that.
Beat
And I
it.
started over Game Plus
Oh.
mode in that letterbox format, which I
gotcha.
really love. But that's just me. You know.
Sorry, Justin's been kind of left out.
Yeah,
'cause
Justin hasn't watched.
Well, I want to play
yet.
it, but I don't.
it looks sweet. I know.
I'm
I
not playing other stuff.
yeah, true.
I'll
True.
get there. I'll get there.
Blazkowicz is a great character
He
too.
is. He's awesome. I'd like to move on. One question I had that I wanted to ask you guys was one movie we wish that were turned into television shows. So like you pick a movie, and then wish that I don't know that some network picked it up and it was more.
Serialized.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
that's what
more.
I was
It was
gonna say.
extended, more character development, so on and so forth. And we had a couple picks down here. Who wants to start?
Go ahead, Justin.
Mine is going to be, because it keeps getting more and more relevant as the days go by. I don't think once you started this series, I don't think you'd ever run out of material. You can just evolve it. But my series would be Idiocracy.
Ooh,
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Not Owen.
Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson,
Thank
yeah.
you.
And,
It's like a future dystopian universe
upgrade.
where
Upgrade.
Upgrade.
everybody
Dax
is
Shepard,
very
Maya
dumbed
Rudolph.
down. Yeah.
It's Mike Judge made this movie.
Yeah,
the
King of
Beavis
the
and
Hill.
Butthead guy. Yeah,
Yep.
Beavis Butthead. It turned out to be. It was a satire, but it's pretty much turning out to be a documentary of what's
Absolutely.
going on right now.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, see it. It
And,
kind of came in under
like
the radar.
30 years from now, I can completely see it.
Oh, man, there's so
but
many good
it's great.
one-liners in there.
It's a corny ass comedy
Welcome
movie.
to
but it's good.
Costco.
Yeah.
I love you. 2006 that movie came out.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Carl's Jr. Fuck you, I'm eating.
Welcome to Costco. We love you.
With extra big ass fries. Escape.
It's
Yeah.
what plants crave.
It's
Electrolytes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's such a good
It's a
movie.
niche movie, but it's worth a watch. It's pretty fun.
But that would be a great episode. It'd just be a dumb comedy.
yeah.
Like the what was that, Last Man on Earth or whatever?
It's kind
It
of
could have been kind of like
yeah,
that. You know?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. That's a surprise. I wasn't expecting that one.
Jake,
What?
one movie you wish was a television show.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Whoa, they're already doing that with Telltale a little bit.
Yeah,
Have
but
you
that's
played
a
any of
video
that?
game. No.
Those are
Similar.
really good, I heard.
Yeah, I played the first
Well,
episode.
anything Telltale's usually pretty good.
But
Well,
you
except
said-
for the frame rates and some of the crashing and some
oh,
of
you
the
mean
textures.
the game engine?
Yeah, they need to update that. But yeah, I love all the Telltale series. I
Well,
played Game of Thrones, Walking Dead.
If you would have said video game series, it would have been a different answer.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I just
So what makes you say a television series?
I think that because they could
For
go on new,
Guardians of the
they could go on
Galaxy?
new missions every week. It would be like
Well,
a Star
yeah.
Trek, a new Star
it's
Trek.
like a comic
true.
book TV
Kind
show.
of like what's that new Seth MacFarlane show, The Orville?
yeah.
It's kind of like the old the serialized Star Trek. Every
Yeah.
time they'd have a new mission, they go get, like in the new movie when they had to get batteries, like at the very beginning. They could do that every episode. They could have new characters in the comics. They could. I think it's endless there too. They could focus on one character throughout the entire episode instead of having them all try to be mashed together. And they could do a whole Drax backstory. They could do all sorts of stuff that they can't do in an hour
and there's
and
plenty
40
of
minutes.
music they could use, and
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. It probably cost
would
them a
be fun.
fortune.
oh yeah, just to do all the CGI. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, but you could even do it in small, like on a small scale for TV. You wouldn't have to go all out bombastic like they did in the theaters because
Could
you're
be
not
more
in the theater.
dialogue, like
Yeah.
Agents of Shield style.
Yeah,
Is that
it
what
could,
you're
Yeah.
thinking?
just send them out on a mission, or somebody gets separated from somebody, and
Lot
that's
of-
what they're going through that
a lot
week.
of internal sets.
Yeah, it could be a Monster of the Week thing too. I mean, criminy,
Yeah.
you got so many characters in that universe that you could make. But so that's my pick. I that's what I would say.
No, that's a great one. I really like that one. Mine, Justin already touched on it earlier. I think it would be awesome to be fleshed out. I mean, Pulp Fiction. I mean, if you took that universe and then you kind of did like a Better Call Saul, where like it
Yes,
followed
that's
the
a
wolf.
very good
It
riff.
followed like the wolf, the dude that came and cleaned up
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You know, take certain
you could
characters.
really extend that universe just because of how rich and content
You could have Quentin
material it is.
Tarantino's character,
Exactly.
like all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many characters.
Ving
and-
Rhames' character in that.
you
Everybody.
You could have a whole season on Marcellus Wallace.
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
I'd
And the
watch
pawn
Marcellus
and that
Wallace
pawn
show.
shop and that whole evil doings that's going on in that place.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gimp.
that'd be
Just do a
awesome.
Gimp show.
Cattle decapitation.
Yeah, where the
This
gimp
is the Gimp.
where the gimp came from. Like, who was he? Where'd he come? That'd be awesome. Yeah, that's a great pick.
It'd be like
Man.
a sitcom, rom-com.
And Uma's character, how they met, like all that
True.
kind of stuff. You could do all that. Yeah, that'd be
Mrs.
great.
Wallace.
But for
That-
some reason, we'll never see these kind of things.
No, no.
Because
This is all.
These are
just
pipe dreams.
yeah.
Exactly. Pipe dreams. We good on that?
I think
Cool.
so.
Yeah,
I was
just
gonna say John Wick too, but we already said John Wick. But
Like the original.
yeah, just all the different assassins in the hotel. Like all
Well,
start in
that
the
whole story
hotel.
arc, yeah, could be fleshed out forever.
Yeah, that
pretty
universe would be amazing.
Underworld.
Underworld, yeah.
They already have enough movies.
Yeah. First Underworld was great.
The first one,
I
yeah.
liked it a lot. Hey, practical effects.
Practical effects.
Yeah, I liked it. Plus Kate Beckinsale. You can't get much better.
Yeah, she's a pretty lady.
She's a pretty lady. I don't know.
Lady.
What else can you think of? Another show or another movie that you like? Well, I was telling you, Justin, Aliens. I mean, cripes, you could go to different compounds every week, or different planets, and
True.
you could do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you guys think out there?
Yeah, give us your ideas.
Yeah. Email us.
Email it,
Cyberlunch1 at
YouTube it.
outlook.com.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Facebook us.
Absolutely.
Cyber Lunch. Search us on YouTube. Cyber Lunch. Please
Um,
like the video.
What have you guys been playing lately other than, because you got into Assassin's Creed and we talked
Huge.
about that last time a little
Wasted
bit.
my last quite a while.
Justin, what have you
I was
been
sick.
mashing on?
Well, I beat South Park.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
still having some Halloween vibes, so I've been playing Outlast and
Outlast 2.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Here's a question for you guys.
Okay.
Are we going to get PUBG?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I'm
Play
gonna get
together?
it.
No problem.
Because you can play, I think, 4
I'm
people on
tickled
the
that
team.
it's $30. Like I was.
Is that
ready
what
to
it's gonna be?
Yeah,
$30
I was. I was.
Well, it should be. It's not even a full game yet.
Well, they had enough time on PC to hash out something.
It's not hashed out.
I
I've been
hear that.
watching a lot.
Well,
We're basically
PC, you have to
beta
deal with
test.
hackers, and that's a whole other conversation. You don't have that in the console market.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty
Mods
easy.
aren't available.
It's a cool ass survival game. It looks cool. Like
Player
you can
Underground's
survive.
battle or Player Underground
PUBG.
Battlegrounds, right?
Player unknown, unknowns.
Unknown.
Player Unknown Battlegrounds.
Buggy.
Yeah.
Battlegrounds. But
Duh.
it also is a mod for an original game, Arma.
Oh,
I
really?
believe. So take that
I heard
what
they
you
were
will.
calling out Fortnite developers too, like on
I heard
social
that, too.
media.
I tried to play Fortnite a little bit, and
Team Fortress. That's what it looked like to me.
Right,
Team
but-
Fortress
right.
2.
but survival, and people are so far ahead right now that you jumping in, you're gonna die
Good luck.
within 30 seconds. It's not even
Reminds
fun.
me of that Star Fox.
I think.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. I think if we get in on PUBG right when it comes out with Xbox, I think we'll be okay.
I'm
But I
definitely
think-
gonna get it.
I think
yeah.
if we fall later, we're done. Like we're not even gonna survive because people are gonna figure out everything by then.
Yeah. I mean, earlier levels doesn't it match you with, lower level players?
No,
Really?
everybody starts out with nothing. You drop into a zone and you go. It's 100 people.
That's nuts, man.
It is nuts.
You
We're
can,
gonna,
like, kill-
It's gonna be
you-
interesting. The
I think you
textures
get a
look.
frying pan as your original weapon, and I've seen people like block bullets by just swinging at the right time. A bullet, like a sniper, would be shooting at them, and they're just like swinging their pan.
It sounds interesting. I like to
it'll-
try it
yeah.
out.
So I mean, but you all get dropped into a giant zone, and the zone closes at over time. There's 100 people. If you get caught outside the zone, you die, and it's
Sounds like
free
Battle
for all.
Royale, the movie, book,
That's
comic.
basically what it is. And you can, I think we can team up. I think you can go up to 4 people in a team, so we can roll together. So if we outlast, there's still 5 people left, but
Yeah.
we'll still win. That kind of thing. Looks really interesting. Looks like a lot of just mayhem. So, but there's a lot of bugs that need to be worked out too. I've seen cars just flip over. For
Well,
no
when you have
reason.
100 people playing and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's a small, well, not so small anymore studio, but they're getting bigger. Guy's making a fortune. He's already has nothing to worry about.
True. I've been playing Super Mario Odyssey, which came out October 27th with everything else in the world, including Stranger Things. And
Fanboy.
Wolfenstein and Assassin's Creed. Of course, I'm a fanboy. There was a midnight release, and I was like one of like 4 people that was picking up Odyssey at.
That's it?
Yeah, there wasn't many. I saw some consoles walk out of there, like the Super Mario Odyssey edition.
Sure.
Were those other 4 getting dropped off by their mom?
Some of them, yeah. Unfortunately,
Okay, I'm just
Some-
making
I know.
sure.
I felt shame.
Some
so
of them
thank you.
out of 4.
Shame.
Who knows?
Shame.
I wasn't counting. Okay, I just know. Yeah. Anyways, I've been playing that game. I've recently beat it. It is absolutely amazing. Yes, it was a contender for the game of the year with Zelda. However, I just feel like it didn't meet up as far as just the world wasn't as fleshed out as Zelda's, and it was so broken up. You never knew what was coming next, which was like a good and bad thing about the game. There was no general overall hub world like your Odyssey, your ship that you fly around on. That was it. Instead of stars, now you have moons, and it's heavily influenced by Super Mario 64. So if you love that game whatsoever, it's definitely a must play.
I heard it was like kind of a Galaxy or Sunshine type too.
It was a hybrid pretty much. And yeah, there's 2D sections, and what's even more charming is say you have like a costume on. When you go into that 2D section, it's realized. So like say you have a poncho and a hat, it will be 2D Mario with a poncho and a hat. And another like stupid thing is like one time I set the controller down to text somebody, and I look up, and I'm in New Donk City. It's in the trailers. And I look up, and
Wait, what are you in?
New Donk City.
Oh, donk.
I know don't ask.
That's weird.
Anyways, I look back up, and Mario's taking a nap, talking in his sleep, and a bird's chilling on his nose like a pigeon.
It's like Grand Theft Auto when you wake up as Trevor.
Pretty
When you
much.
switch over and he's just laying on a
Well, there is-
underpass or something.
It's not a spoiler, but if you pay $1,000 to one of the shops, you can buy just an outfit which is just him and his boxers. So that's how
I've
I
seen
beat
that
the
because
game.
I've seen people complaining like I
Yeah,
don't
Mario
even know
nipples.
what Mario's nipples look like, and
Yeah.
There's actually a photo mode, so I was taking pictures. It's hilarious. I have a few of them. I should post them. But they have a good, cool filter mode where I've taken some pretty cool shots, which I might put up. Who knows? But really enjoy the game. It's 10 out of 10, absolutely.
Well, it'd have to be.
I mean,
I would hope so anyway.
I think I can't remember necessarily how many Mario games, but out of all of them, it ranks up there. I mean, it's the first game that's actually pushed high definition, other than Super Mario Wii U. I mean, we've had fun with that. You and I played that a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just people bitch about the 4-player side scroller where you jump on somebody and then they die, and then
Yeah, you jump.
I'd say that it's too chaotic. They complain it's too chaotic, but I feel like that's half the fun.
That's old games, man. That's the way it was.
I know,
Contra
but-
back in the day, if you jumped up, if you were scrolling up in a level, if you fell
don't make
behind,
him
you're dead.
mess up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're dead.
But I'm saying in that series, because you have 4 people platforming at the same time, and you can mess each other up. And
Only because I said Contra. Did you see that little teaser?
no, I
Is
didn't.
that real?
Yeah, it's real.
I feel like that's false.
No, it's real.
No way.
It's cool, but it's like
It's like when I saw that Power Rangers 15-minute
But that was
rated R
real.
deal.
And the movie ended up coming out though, just not rated R, and not with the same
was
people.
and like all those Mortal Kombat
The
like,
rated
mini films.
the
that came
rate,
out.
yes, Legacy, Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Yeah. Oh,
if
yeah,
you
they
haven't
did
watched
pretty
that,
well.
watch that. I think there's 3 seasons
I
of it.
think
It's
they made-
amazing.
Yeah.
If they would have made the movies like that, it would have been great. The only other thing, I mean, I played Wolfenstein, I played Assassin's Creed. There's not much coming out that I'm looking at yet.
Battlefront, PUBG,
PUBG,
Need for Speed? Question mark?
no.
I mean, you rent it. It'd be fun rev.
Nah.
Why not?
I'm done with that.
Forza
franchise.
8 or is it 7 now?
I
No,
played
it's
the
7.
I played the demo. Not impressed. Horizon. I'm waiting for Horizon 3 to go down in price so I can go buy it used or something. But
I heard that the new Forza, was it Forza 7?
yeah,
now?
Forza 7. Yeah.
I heard it looks like on 6. I didn't know how it could look better than 6.
See, that's the thing. I don't think it looks that much better. They added a couple like weather effects and stuff.
So
But
it's turning into the Madden of car games.
no, I think if you can afford to upgrade to a 4K television, and
What about an Xbox One X?
that's what I'm saying. If you can afford to upgrade to all that stuff, then it's worth it. Because I saw Assassin's Creed in 4K and it was freaking stunning. But unless you're going to make that leap, you're not going to get much better out of what we're seeing right now. I mean, they'll make little tweaks here and there in games that are coming out and the way they look, but it's not going to get much better unless you make that leap to the next
Who knows what
Plus
that's going
level
to
or
be?
whatever.
Which PC, they're already there.
Well, it's an extra $150 you can upgrade.
True.
Well, if you trade it in, then it's another $250 because GameStop won't give you nothing. But
No.
it is what it is.
All right. It looks like we're going to start kind of wrapping things up here. Justin said he wanted to take over the secret question this week.
I have a
Oh, yeah.
secret question.
Okay.
So the holidays are fastly approaching, as we are somewhat aware.
I fast.
It is cold out.
Baby, it's cold
Especially
outside.
today.
We
fun.
need to start packing on the layers by eating a bunch of good
Start?
holiday food.
You gotta-
Even more layers, dude.
You have a head start, Betty.
Oh, okay.
I do too.
Shut up, cheese balls.
Whatever. I think
Cheese balls.
I think I weigh 10 pounds more than you, and I'm like a foot taller.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. And I haven't eaten a box of cheese balls in like, I don't know, a couple years.
I feel like I'd die if that happened.
Oh, it's so
A
shit.
whole
Try
bag?
Cocoa Puffs, dude. They're like cheese
No,
balls. with
that whole
cocoa.
tub from
No.
like Fleet Farm.
No.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, it's so good. But you don't eat them for another like 2 years after that. You know, you just overdose at one time, and
Gross.
I don't eat like that anymore. I used to.
Justin and I are just looking at each other.
No, they're scoffing at me because they think that's how I still eat. That's how I ate like 5 years ago, probably.
The secret question this week is
Is.
if you had to eat only one holiday food for all the holidays, what could you eat? What would you eat?
Now, can this
I'm
be
talking
a,
about any
Does
holiday.
it
can
have
this
to
be
be
a
traditional?
combination?
It has to be traditional, like something that you eat every year.
Now, holidays, are we talking Thanksgiving, Christmas, or just Christmas, or just
Easter.
Thanksgiving?
you can do what you want, man.
4th of July.
That's the easy question then. If
Okay.
we can
Labor
do
Day.
all the holidays,
If you have a
Orthodox Easter for
Okay.
my family, Russian Easter, it's a week I think after regular Easter, or a week before. Yeah, it's a week after.
Don't ask us.
We get the best food. We get Polish sausage, all the padohas.
I'm
the
not
frickin'
okay. I'm not saying that
heavy
whole meal.
everything.
I'm saying one food.
Polish sausage, Komarczyk's Polish sausage, Easter, like 1:30 in the afternoon, with
You
some
need to give me a
horseradish.
time.
No, I have to because if it's in the after, if it's late at night, you're just doing reheats, and if it's too early in the morning, you're not getting it. So I'm gonna say, like our 1:30 Easter dinner,
Midday Polish sausage.
Polish sausage with some real horseradish,
Ooh.
and dip it in there. That's my favorite holiday food, followed closely by stuffing and gravy for Thanksgiving. But Polish sausage, Russian Easter. That's in my book. That's the best there is.
For Christmas, I'm from Czechoslovakia, so we have pork chops and pierogies. They are handmade. They are delicious. They're pretty much cheesy potato dumplings with pork chops. So my life expectancy isn't that great, but
Yeah, just stick some pork in it.
you just gotta brown the butter and then you slather it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mo butter, mo better.
I'm a big advocate of cranberry with my Thanksgiving meal. You need a little
I'm on
bit.
the fence.
I mean, I'm gross and I'll mix it in with like the potatoes sometimes.
I'm
Don't put
making
it
a
on my ham.
disgusted face here.
Just
Why?
don't put it on my
I'm
hand.
not a big cranberry fan.
Well, it's part of the tradition.
But I eat it by itself. Like if I get a little bit of cranberry.
No, that's
relish
too
or
much.
something-
Too tart.
No, I
No.
like that part. I don't like it mix. I don't like my food mixing unless it's
Depends on the food.
stuffing and gravy or mashed potatoes.
What
and
about like
gravy.
lasagna?
That's a different thing.
It's all mixed together.
Yeah,
and
but I
it-
take it as a whole.
It's a cheesecake, literally.
Yum.
It's just a solid brick of cheese with meat.
God, lasagna sounds good right now.
I know. There's nowhere to go. Where do you go? Yeah, I'm going out for lasagna tonight.
Used to be able to go to Moon Rock when those
What the hell
Italian
is that?
when those Italian those those
The Guidos?
the Guidos. When those guys owned it, they have all sorts of pastas and lasagnas and stuff, all handmade every day. It was so good. It was right over in Champlin, Minnesota. Yeah, it was-
Champlain.
Yeah, used to play poker there every night, or like 3
Yeah,
times
that's
a week.
Clive's now.
Yeah, Clive's. Yeah.
You guys getting full?
I don't know. What is your favorite food? Oh, you said it. What's your favorite food, Justin?
If I had to do one, I would have to keep turkey from Thanksgiving.
Turkey.
I love turkey so much.
It puts me
man.
to sleep so fast.
That's fine, because then you pass out and watch football. Like Jake has to eat his Polish sausage at 1. You have to pass out and watch football after eating turkey. That's
Like
part of-
3:00 and you're out
Yeah.
and done, and then you wake up for the night football game on that.
I guess
pretty
I'd give
much.
a runner-up to like 4th of July hamburgers, man. Nothing's better than like a
Yeah,
Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
crazy liquor and cheeseburger party.
yeah, that's true though. The 4th of July is a great time
And
because
it's
it's just
over,
real food.
over charcoal with a nice slice of just
R.I.P.
processed American cheese. R.I.P.
John Dunsworth.
Oh
Oh, sad.
I know.
man,
Trailer Park Boys, Mr. Leahy, passed away a couple months ago. I think he went to cardiac arrest or
He had some sickness,
Oh,
like
yeah,
some random
some-
sickness
yeah.
just got him, and he was done. He's like, wow.
bullshit.
Yeah, it's horrible, man. That sucks. That was another sad one this year. This year's been a bunch of BS. Right towards the end of the year too. At least get this done in the early.
Yeah,
years.
now it's the end of the
Early
year,
part
so you get like the variety section of the Star Tribune sending out that big old like extended edition that says like all the people who died last year. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I get to see it all.
Or the
No,
Oscars
no.
when they go through that whole 20-minute freaking video of everybody that died this year.
in memoriam. And you're like,
Well, it is getting winter and cold. That's when old people die, I guess.
True, I guess. We
Well-
love our senior citizens
Yeah.
at our Cyber Lunch.
Hey! Yeah.
I'm getting full. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could.
Probably wrap it up.
Yeah, I could.
Grab your trays. Let's clear
Grab your
this table.
trays, dump them.
Scrape that shit before you throw it on,
The ground.
no, the stack of plates. Scrape that off in the garbage before.
Thank you guys so much for sticking around and listening to us. Next week, we have no idea what's going to happen. So that's going to be fun. So,
Send us your suggestions.
yeah, what's your
Over
favorite
to-
Hollywood foods?
Your Hollywood.
Hollywood foods.
I like Botox bites.
Yeah, we're going to be getting towards Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that stuff coming
Yeah,
up
we're
here.
going to
So
have to
we're going to try to do it weekly, but
we're going to dial it in. But
Yeah.
we want to hear from you, Cyberbots. That's right. You can email us at cyberlunch1@outlook.com or contact us via our Facebook page at Cyberlunch.
or cactac us.
Cactact us.
You can cactac us too.
Cacti?
I've had so much caffeine today.
Yeah, you have.
yeah, he's jittery. Here.
And YouTube.
I know,
Just search
right?
us on Cyber Lunch on YouTube. We should be the first ones up.
We are looking forward to seeing you again next week for another lunchroom discussion. I'm Daryl.
I'm Jake.
And I am Justin.
We are Cyber Lunch, and we're out.
Exiting.
Exiting.
Say if the wolves
Yeah.
are doing good, but that's in the future. So,
we've traveled back in time from the past to the future.
so they
Back
lost.
to the original past.
They lost like 5 years ago. That's what you said.
I can't wait for the twins to come back. They're gonna make a huge comeback next year. I'm telling you what. Oh, my fantasy team.